Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Monday, March 30th, 2026. Aave v4 goes live on Ethereum mainnet. The Ethereum Economic Zone is announced. Lenia activates Yield Boost. And Geth releases Critical Fix version 1.17.2. All this and more starts right after this message. Earn 10% real yield on your dollars without counterparty risk. Hold Bolt, the only decentralized stablecoin that has been rated A- by stablecoin agency Bluechip. Learn more at liquidity.org/earn. Aave v4 is now live on Ethereum mainnet, introducing a new hub-and-spoke architecture with support for over 20 assets across 3 initial liquidity hubs. The launch includes a redesigned interface called Aave Pro. The liquidity hubs supply capital to multiple specialized lending markets called spokes, each with its own roles and risk parameters. The 3 initial hubs include the Core Hub as the primary liquidity pool, the Prime Hub offering a more controlled collateral environment, and the Plus Hub designed for stablecoin strategies. Aave v4 uses Chainlink's Oracle infrastructure for asset pricing, while the upgrade enhances capital efficiency. Caps and markets will also be gradually expanded through governance. Aave v3 will still remain available, and no action is required for Aave v3 users. Gnosis, Zisk, and the Ethereum Foundation introduced the Ethereum Economic Zone, a new Layer 1 to Layer 2 framework designed to unify Ethereum into a single composable system. The initiative addresses key shortcomings of today's Layer 2 ecosystem, including fragmented liquidity, limited interoperability, and the operational burden of deploying and maintaining applications across multiple chains. At its core, the Ethereum Economic Zone enables synchronous composability across chains, allowing smart contracts on Layer 2 to interact directly with Ethereum mainnet and other EEZ rollups within a single atomic transaction. The architecture creates shared liquidity and a unified security model. The framework is powered by recent advances in real-time zero-knowledge proofs, making cross-chain composability feasible. The team plans to release detailed technical specifications and performance benchmarks, expand developer tooling and integration pathways, and grow the network of contributors and ecosystem partners. Lenia launched Yield Boost, its native system that turns idle bridged ETH on Lenia into productive liquidity. A portion of bridged ETH is staked in the Lido v3 staking vault on Ethereum mainnet, generating staking rewards and supporting Ethereum Layer 1 economic security. Similar to Katana, the rewards are directed to liquidity providers and DeFi protocols on Lenia. Up to 60% of the total value secured can be staked. Users retain full control over their Ether and can withdraw at any time, using multi-layered safeguards, including a liquidity buffer of about 40% total value secured, permissionless rebalancing, and an STETH fallback mechanism. In other news, Geth releases Critical Fix version 1.17.2, BitMine buys an additional 71,000 ETH, and Lenia is moving to Risk 5 for its VM. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.